welcome back to my channel. I am doing a video on, are you thinking about getting a new puppy? Who's thinking about getting a new puppy? Yes, me. I have been doing lots and lots of research lately, and I just thought that this would be an awesome video to bring to you guys in case you are thinking about getting a new puppy. There are so many things that I feel so passionate about this topic, and so I wanted to bring you a video. This is not a posh video, but I'm just finished filming a posh video and it's in the background, so I'm gonna leave it there because why not? It looks very pretty back there and it's pink. But this is not a posh video. This is about getting a new puppy, and yes, it's out there on the universe. I will be getting a new puppy. I have decided to add a little baby pug to my family of 2. So Stassi and Harper will be welcoming a new fur sibling in the sometime in the future. I am on a couple of waiting lists with 2 breeders that I absolutely love, and one in particular that is about 3 hours from me, and we're just gonna wait and see what she has. It's a process. It is a process. It was a long process to get me to this point. I did so much research finding the right breed, or what I think would be the right breed for me, and that's part of what I want to talk to you about today. But you know, finding the right breeder is so important as well. And I interviewed a bunch of breeders. Yes, I interviewed them. And if they don't let you interview them, and if they don't like you interviewing them, then move on, because that is what you should be doing. Is you absolutely should be interviewing your breeders if you are going to be getting a dog from a breeder. But I did find 2 breeders that I am very, very comfortable with, and one breeder, the one that is closest to me, and I really love her, so I'm really hoping that something pans out with her. Just had a litter yesterday, but I'm on the waiting list, so I don't know if I probably will not get a puppy, a little female. I want a female for sure. And I probably won't get one from this litter because I'm like number 4 on her list for waiting for a fawn female, and she only had 2. So chances are those people that are ahead of me are going to take one of the, take both of them. One is possibly going to a show home, and one is sold to a pet home already. So I doubt that I will be getting a puppy from that litter. So I have to wait for subsequent litters to see if something is available for me. But I'm gonna try and not be impatient. I'm gonna wait, and for however long it takes to get a nice quality puppy, because that is what I do, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So in case you are looking for a puppy, if you have come across this video and you're thinking about getting a puppy, I wanted to give you my tips on finding the correct and right puppy for you, and what you should do, what you should look for, and what you should consider before you even think about getting a puppy. The first thing that you need to figure out is, do you want to adopt? Do you want to rescue? Or do you want to get one through a breeder? Any of those is the correct choice if it is the correct choice for you. Let me make that perfectly clear. I love my local rescue. I support them all the time, financially and with food and treats and everything like that. But it is not for me. That does not mean to say that it is not for you or for anyone else. So if you are so inclined to rescue, I applaud you, because they definitely need rescue homes out there. If you are not going to go the rescue route, then I suggest finding a reputable and responsible breeder. The best way to do that is to go to the club of your choice breed, the breed that you think is going to be correct and right for you. Go to that club. So for me, I went to the Club of America, the Pug Club of America. I did the same thing when I was looking for Stassi. I went to the Shih Tzu Club of America. And same thing with Harper, except I went to the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel Old Club. It's not called Club of America, it's called the CKSC Club, I think. I can never remember unless I'm saying it like, oh, that stands for that. But you get my drift. So you want to go to the club and look at the breeders that they have listed on their website. Your backyard breeders are not usually going to be a member of their breed club. And so this is a good place to start. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, well actually tip number two should be tip number one. The first thing you need to figure out is what breed is right for you. That was what gave me the most problems. I, was thinking that I might add a third dog, but I didn't know what breed I would want. As I have said in many other videos, I really wanted a fluffy corgi. I love the way they look. They're beautiful little foxes. They're so cute with their little short legs. And I love those dogs. But it is not the breed for me. And I think that is so very important. You have to pick a breed that is right for you. The Corgi is a member of the herding group. It needs a job. It needs lots of exercise. I am a busy girl. I have 3 businesses. I have this YouTube channel. I have the dogs and the cats, and I am busy. So I don't really have time to, go on a jog or a run or a walk, a long walk every day or multiple times a day. My main goal for having pets is that they are companion pets, and I like easy keepers. I like a dog that is not too hyper, and that's just me. Everyone is different though. You may love to be active and go outside and let your dog run and run and run and run. And if that is the case, then you will need to pick a breed that is best for you. So you have to look at your lifestyle. You have to look at the things that you do every day. You have to look at what breed will fit into that lifestyle. And do not get a breed because you like the looks of a certain breed if it doesn't match your lifestyle. I know someone very close to me who got a one of the herding group dogs. Beautiful dog. And I told him when he got the dog, that is not the dog for you because you're not, you're more of a couch potato kind of guy. And, this dog is going to take a lot of energy and a lot of time and sessions upon sessions of play, throwing balls, throwing frisbees, all of those things. And I knew that, he wasn't that person, but you can't tell people anything. And so he got the dog, and it really was not the dog for him. Long story short, it wasn't the dog for him. But that's what a lot of people do. They base their decisions on what a dog looks like, and that is absolutely the worst thing that you can do. So tip number 2, which is really tip number 1, is pick the breed that fits your lifestyle. Tip number 3 is, do you have the money to support a dog or another dog? Even a free dog is no free dog. Let me just say that right now. Even if you adopt a dog from the shelter, there is no such thing as a free dog. Dogs come with cost. There are costs involved. First of all, you have to get all of the supplies that you will need to get a dog to begin with. Now, lucky for me, I have all of that. I have my pens, I have my dog beds, I have my water stands. I have just about everything that this new puppy will need. Actually, I have everything the new puppy will need. I have shampoo, I have all that. So that's not a factor for me in this decision, but for first-time puppy owners, that is a factor. You do have to save up the money or gather your supplies because there are lots of things that you will need as a new puppy owner. The next thing is, of course, vet visits. You will have to go to the vet the first few times when they are a puppy, and then once a year thereafter. So you have to factor that in to your cost estimate. Also, pet insurance. You guys know that I firmly believe in pet insurance. So look up the breed that you are interested in and see if you can afford the pet insurance for that breed. Some breeds are more expensive than other breeds, and you just have to be aware of what that may cost. So look up that. And then there is the monthly expense of food. And that can add up depending on what type of food that you feed. I always recommend feeding a good quality food, so that costs money. If you have a big dog, they're gonna eat more food. So if you're limited on your budget, you may wanna go down in the size of your dog so that you're not spending as much of your money budget for, on food. Also treats, supplements, those things add up as well. Tip number 4 is, do you have time to adopt a dog or to get a new dog? Do you work? Do you work outside of the home? What kind of work do you do? Will the dog be alone for many, many hours a day? If the dog will be alone, can you afford to get a pet sitter to come in and take the dog out, take it for walks, or do whatever it is you want to do, so that the dog is not lonely or bored, because lonely and bored dogs do get destructive and they are very, very hard to train. In my instance, I take Stassi. I have my own business. I have 3 businesses actually, but my real job is my own studio. I'm a photographer, and I take Stassi with me every day to the studio, and I will be taking the new puppy as well, at least until she is potty trained. Now, I don't take Harper with me to the studio because Harper has separation anxiety, and if I leave the room, she will just bark and yap and carry on like no one's business, and I can't have that at my business. And my son gets off of school, really early, so he is here, and Harper is really, he says that she is his dog, but she's really my dog, but he's kind of like confiscated her most times. She sleeps with him, so I guess she kind of is his dog. I guess she's both of our dogs, but he would die if I took her to the studio as well, even if she was quiet, because when he gets home, he wants to have his Harper time for sure. So everyone's situation is different, and in my situation, I can take my dogs to work with me, and that does help a lot. Also, if you travel a lot, you have to, make plans or think about that. Who will care for the dog when you are gone? Most vets do boarding, so is that an option for you? Or if you're like me, I get a pet sitter. My pet sitter comes to my house, stays at my house. She works, but when she comes home from work, she is here with the pets. So that works out really well for me, but it is something that you need to consider, and because you will need somebody if you travel to take care of your pets. Tip number 5, is it? I think I'm on number 5, is the timing correct? Is this the right time for you to be getting a new puppy? If you are going through a big life change, if you just got married, or if you just had a newborn baby, anything like that, is this the right time for you to bring a new puppy into your home? Because puppies are a lot of work. Puppies are really overrated, to be honest. They really are. I kind of like having older dogs better than puppies. Puppies are cute. Don't get me wrong. They are the cutest, and I love, love, love puppies, but they're a lot of work, and you have to make sure that you are up for it if you have the time to do it. Now, I work a lot, so that was one of my big concerns when thinking about getting a 3rd dog. But Stassi and Harper, they are right here just snoozing away. They are such easy keepers. They really are easy, easy, easy dogs. Even now with Stassi's grooming, I have cut back on my grooming. Oh my goodness, probably 70% of what I used to do with her. She is now 2 years and 3 months, so 2 years and 3 months old, and her grooming has cut down by about 60 to 70%. Most days, I don't even comb her twice a day. I only comb her out once a day. So that is cut down. She is not tearing, thank the Lord, as much as she used to do. So her face washes, I really only wash her face maybe once a week, if that, and it's staying white, it's staying clean, it's staying clear. I am so happy, and she's happy, I'm sure. But you know, her grooming time has really reduced so much. And even though that said, that was one of the factors that I chose when I was thinking about getting a third dog, is I wanted something with literally hardly any grooming involved. Now with a pug, I will be cleaning the wrinkles and of course bathing every 2 weeks. And brushing, because they shed like a mofo. I already know that. So before you even go on, they shed. I know they shed, but you know what? I have hair all over my house anyway, so what's more hair, right? I mean, I can understand if you don't have any dogs, and that's another good tip. If you are opposed to hair, first of all, you might not want to get a dog. Well, actually you can get a dog. There are a few breeds that don't shed. Yorkies are not big shedders, so they have human hair, and usually hair that grows long and not stays short are your best for non-shedding dogs. So Shih Tzus don't really shed a whole bunch. Stassi does shed some, but not as bad as a pug, a Chihuahua, a Boston Terrier, a French Bulldog, a Lab, you know, all of those dogs, German Shepherds, all of those dogs that have the shorter coats, plush coats, they really do shed. So that's another good tip. If you are opposed to shedding, if you love wearing black in your home, you might want to consider what breed you are getting for sure. For me, it was kind of like a non-issue, but I will have to brush her, you know, to get like a lot of the loose hair out. But I mean, that's no big deal, like done. So that was part of my decision as well. The next tip is space. What type of space do you have? Do you live in a home? Do you live in an apartment? Do you have a yard? Are you getting a breed that needs to be let outside? You know, if so, you really should have a yard, unless you plan on walking the dog on leash every time they need to go out to potty. Or do you live in an apartment and you want a dog that is going to go on potty pads or can be just taken out for walks when you want them to? So definitely look at your space when you are deciding which breed you want, and even if you can have a new puppy. The next tip is, if you have decided on a particular breed after you have gone through all of your list, and believe me guys, I had huge lists with every dog that I have ever owned. I went through this same process, and you know, picking the right dog for me. And let me just say, I still love the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel and the Shih Tzu just as much as the day that I chose them for my breeds. And I don't think I will ever be without one. But for my third dog, I did not want the same breed. I didn't want two Shih Tzus at one time. I didn't want two Cavaliers at one time. There are several different reasons for that. But I just didn't, I only want one of each breed at a time. And I'm hoping the pug is the right breed for me. I won't know until I get her, but I think I've done enough research to know that I think that she will also be the breed for me. So my next tip is, ask friends who have those breeds. Ask them, because you can read all day long on a club website or Facebook or a forum or the AKC website, if you are in the US, all the time about the breed characteristics, but finding a few people that have those particular breeds will definitely give you a good clue about what those breeds are like in real time, real person. Now, sometimes you do have to take it with a little bit of grain of salt, especially in my situation, because I, you know, look for show breeders, and those breeders are breeding for temperament as well as conformation, but they're breeding for temperament. So a lot of times, you know, people around here in Louisiana, for whatever reason, we don't really have a whole lot of show breeders in Louisiana. And So a lot of people buy dogs from backyard breeders, and a lot of times they don't have the correct temperament and the correct traits of that particular breed. So that one can be a little tricky because you never know what, you know, your breed is going to, you know, what type of dog your friends have. So, but it is good to check with them. The next thing to consider is if you have children. If you have children or will have children in the future, you definitely want to pick a dog-friendly breed. You know, you don't want to pick a breed that is going to have aggressive tendencies if you have children or if you want to have children. So make sure you look at that. And the last thing to consider is if you or anyone else in your house has allergies. The worst thing you can do is get a dog and then realize that you are allergic to pet dander and pet hair. So go around dogs, go to the dog park, go to the shelter, be around dogs. Make sure that you can handle the dog hair, the dog dander, before you get a dog of your own, because you will save yourself a lot of worry. Now, there are a couple of breeds that are great for people who do have allergies and asthma, and one of those breeds that I know of is the poodle. I know someone who has a child who has terrible asthma. He's actually an adult now, but even as an adult he has asthma and he is very allergic, and she has successfully had poodles in their home for years. So I do know that the poodle is a great choice for those with allergies. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you good luck if you are thinking about getting a puppy, and follow me on this channel if you want to see the updates on my new puppy. And I would show you Stassi and Harper, but they are knocked out on the floor right here. I need to get to the studio, and I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. I hope this video helped, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.